What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Burning Coals Podcast. I am your show host, and this is the pre-show before the show. But tonight we're gonna do things something a little bit different. Okay, this is something I want to do, and I say, you know what? Before my colleagues, before B Dub, before uh, EQ, and before Jim and Jamal go on to the show, I wanted to just bring this show in a little bit different. The pre-show, what I'm talking about now, but so I call this little segment here right before we get into the show. I call this the Salt and Pepper Lounge with Mr. Know It All Reaction. So check this out. Oh yeah, don't that feel good? I want to introduce you guys to another episode of Brandon Cole's podcast. Yes, it's me. I'm your show host. I go by the name of Mr. Know It All Reaction. You can call me Mr. Kia, by the way. So I want to do this one real slow, and I wanted you just to enjoy yourselves tonight. I do, I do. Thank you, thank you. But tonight we're gonna relax, and we're going to have a amazing time. But I will tell you this, okay? Make sure you pay attention to this real good, okay? I'm gonna give you some good instructions. Don't that feel good? You listen to the music there, nice and smooth, just like some fine wine, whatever drink you choose, whatever choice of beverage that you drinking on tonight. But it's just like that. It goes down very smooth. Yeah, let that buzz, let that get in there, let that simmer. Waiters in the back, make sure that you got keep those cups cold, keep the refreshments going. Yes, we're gonna take care of you here at the Salt and Pepper Lounge. That's what we came to do. So on the menu we got tonight, we got some of our finest fine dining. We got that caviar. We got that cheese that's been aged for many years. Yes. And the main course. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Don't forget to tip your waiters as well. But we'll get to that. Okay. I promise you, we will definitely get to that right here at the Salt and Pepper Lounge. So what was I at? Yes, the main course. The main course, we are doing some white flounder. And it is crusted with this really nice crusted bread with a nice drop of lemon, just enough to make all those different seasonings happen. And it's right here at the Salt and Pepper Lounge. Give yourselves a round of applause, you guys. Thank you. Again, I tell you guys, make sure you tip your waiters real good because they are doing a very fantastic job with making sure that tonight's entertainment will definitely be well worth your time, and it will definitely be well worth your investment here at the Salt and Pepper Lounge. Give yourself a round of applause again. Thank you. Thank you. So here's what we're gonna do, okay? Now we're going to dip again to this the topic of discussion today. And tonight I want to talk to you guys about. Let me turn the music down a little bit. All right, all right. So I was watching an episode of the Burning Coals pod. No, no, I said Burning Coals podcast. I mean the Breakfast Club. All right, and the mayor of New York was on the Breakfast Club, and I have been seeing on social media that there was a woman that's an attorney, and I forget this lady's name, but she's an attorney that's there in New York, and she's a Brooklyn native as well. Um, but I have been seeing all over social media that Eric Adams, the mayor of New York, has got torn apart on the Breakfast Club. So when I woke up this morning, I said, you know what, I want to see what this is all about because on the Breakfast Club, let me see, Eric Adams. Let me see what this is all about. Um, so I'm watching the Breakfast Club, and I see Eric Adams, and here and him and the lady that was he was debating about, and to me, uh, he held his own because she was definitely bringing it and giving him some her thoughts and opinions about Eric Adams as who he is and what he does for New York, and with him being the mayor. So she has some questions about things like that or whatever. But uh, I felt some kind of way about everything. Let me turn this down some more. Sorry, you guys. But when I sit back and watch that whole episode, this is what I thought about because I'm saying to myself, I know that the Breakfast Club is a syndicate radio show, on social media. It's with the 4-letter, 3-letter networks. They're a big time show. But why didn't Kanye, not Kanye West, why didn't Charlemagne the God or DJ Envy, when they had Joe Biden on that show, Joe Biden didn't even get none of the attacks that this mayor got, from this female. She's a black attorney as well, but Joe Biden didn't even get that type of ambush nowhere at all from this gentleman. I mean, from the Breakfast Club. What's up, G man? Thank you for joining, man.
What's happening?
Now, hold on. Can you hear me, G man? Say something.
Test,
G-Man.
test.
No, you're low, brother.
You can't hear me?
No. We can't hear you at all. But can you hear us? B-Dub, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear y'all just fine.
Oh, okay. Must be something on my end. Hold on. Let me do something.
B-Dub, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I think there's something on my end or whatever. Let me take the headphones off. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay. Yeah, it's on my end or whatever, man. But we talking about the Breakfast Club with Eric, with Eric Adams. He had an incident on the Breakfast Club when he was going back and forth with the attorney with New York, and it went viral because they're saying that the female attorney that he had got into it with, that basically she got she picked him apart from head to toe. Well, I was saying this, G-Man and B-Dub, the Breakfast Club, when they had Joe Biden on the Breakfast Club, nobody had that kind of smoke. Joe Biden did not get no type of ambush from the Breakfast Club like Eric Adams did. Now, mind you, I don't agree with Eric Adams. I think Eric Adams is a different kind of individual as well. I think Eric Adams don't mean the city of New York no well at all, whatever. But I'm not here to bash that brother. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to be that way. But I'm looking at it from this perspective. You got the Breakfast Club, which is a syndicate radio show. Radio is very well known, and we know who owned the radio station that they're the Breakfast Club is part of or whatever. So, but they are so happy, or they will pit us against each other like it ain't nobody's business, because that brother, when everything kicked off, when everything came about, that brother, it seemed like that whole thing was staged up to attack this brother on what he is and what he ain't doing. But you didn't have that kind of same smoke for Joe Biden. Matter of fact, Joe Biden came onto the Breakfast Club and said, if you don't vote for me, you not black. And they let that ride, G-Man and B-Dub. You see what I'm saying? So my thing is, what I'm trying to point out is, listen, why is it that we are so quick to get on these shows? They perform. We tear each other down and say what we're not doing, what we're doing, what we're not doing. But all these politicians, whether it's black, white, Hispanic, or whatever color they are, a lot of them ain't doing a whole lot of what they say they are or aren't doing. But ain't nobody going at them or whatever. You'll see their own race going at them and attacking them for their shortcomings like we do to each other. You see what I'm saying? So that's the problem that I have with the Breakfast Club and how they move over there. And ain't nobody calling them out about it. And I'm just like, you know what? No, something has to be said about it. That's the reason why I wanted you guys' opinion about everything or whatever. How do you guys feel about that situation? Do you guys feel like Eric Adams was ambushed? Do you think you guys feel like he held his own? Or do you guys think that, we'll just start there. What you think about that, G-Man?
I saw the interview, and I knew it was going to be a lot behind the interview. The attorney, it was some back and forth. Okay, so she wouldn't at some point she was serving him. She was, but and sometimes she just wouldn't let him talk. She would cut him off and all this kind of stuff. I felt like Eric Adams was not adequately prepared for what he ran into.
No, was it?
I really can't always blame. I can't put that all on the Breakfast Club. I'm sure being the mayor of New York, you got a team of people. You have PR people. You have people that said, hey, at least maybe not every question, but okay, who am I on the panel with? You saw who she was. They should have did some research and background. Know she was anti Eric Adam or whatever the situation may be, and be prepared for this, that, and the third. And I thought he did a good job of surviving the gauntlet, if that makes sense. He did his best. I mean, he didn't really get tore up. I knew this was gonna make, because you start doing the little sassy neck roll and all that old stuff, they're gonna make extra about it. It was what it was. Like you said, when the Biden interview came out, I did have an issue with it. I had an issue with Biden when he said, if you're not black, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. Right. I had a problem with that. I had a problem with that they allowed it to sit on their platform without checking him on that.
Right.
But y'all decided to check, even though I don't agree with, I'm not Democrat, Republican, none of that. But when Larry Elder came on there and Charlemagne trying to jump on Larry Elder tore his ass up. You see what I'm saying? See, that's the difference when you get into the ring with somebody who's prepared and intelligent enough to get past the BS. And then Eric, it wasn't a good look for Eric Adams in a way. I thought he did his best to explain his position. But overall, I agree with you. Like you said, y'all keep that same energy on everybody that comes in there, and not just, if anybody should have been checked, it should have been Biden over there comment about being black.
Right. I agree with that 1,000%. B-Dub, what's your thoughts about it, B-Dub? EQ, what's your thoughts about EQ?
Can y'all bring me up to speak? Because I don't know what we're talking about.
So Eric Adams, the mayor of New York, all right, he was there was a viral video of him at the Breakfast Club. They did an interview with him at the Breakfast Club, and they had an attorney, a female attorney. She's pretty. She knows her stuff. Okay, so they had the attorney there, and she was drilling Eric Adams about his shortcomings on the radio station there. about what he is doing, what he ain't doing. I mean, anything that he put out there, she was turning it down, and basically, the way it looked as if, these two, you got this brother and this sister that's there in New York, they fighting amongst each other, whatever. But when they had Joe Biden on the Breakfast Club, there was no type of, they had nobody questioning Joe Biden about his shortcomings and things that he did and do or he did not do. What's like, you why is it that, you want to pit two black people against each other? Because at the end of the day, Eric Adams, even though I don't agree with him and how he does his, business out there in New York, why is it that when it comes to us, it's cool to have two black people fight amongst each other that's in the politician field versus nobody having that same smoke for Joe Biden? They let Joe Biden get on Breakfast Club and say, if you ain't black, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. You see what I'm saying?
Well, see, yeah. Well, see, that's the president. You're not gonna say nothing to the president. I mean, because he ha ha, that's funny. But you give this platform to a brother and sister. See, they always want to depict us as fighting amongst each other or fighting against each other. And this platform should have never been given to you. And you had the same thing happening right there in Dallas with the mayor and the the city manager, two brothers feuding. And they didn't air it on K104 and all those other stations, but they did air it on the other stations, the other people's stations. So why is it always got to be a platform or we got to blow it up when it's brothers and sisters in politics? It just separates us even more. It makes us look even bad. We don't all have to agree on politics, personal beliefs, religion, education, whatever. We don't have to agree, but we also don't have to get on these stations and on these platforms to duke it out. You see, verbally, you see what I'm saying? Because now it says, look, it says to the public, look, they can't get along, they can't agree, they're not fit to run this city or run this position or whatever. So it just makes us look bad and it keeps setting us back.
Right.
Yeah, and they will use, and see, that's where we are in society. They use black women, to turn against brothers, and we'll clap along and ha and kiki with sister right, because we women, we got rights. No, they're doing exactly what they want us to do. They want us to be divided on every aspect, in the homes, in religion, in politics. So you know why? Few of us will get out and vote. And then they still have the upper hand. But we so blind, we don't see that. Because anytime you put a sister in position and she got a feud with a brother, whether it's political or whatever, come on now. You're destroying the institution or the image of the institution of family right there. And the race as a whole.
Right.
So people will applaud that. Oh, she told him off. That's what they da 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 da. No, because now you have this femininity against masculinity, and it doesn't look right.
Right.
It doesn't sound right. And
Right.
now they see this. Okay, well now it depicts black women in position as angry, as masculine, to be honest with you. And it
Right.
just doesn't look right. And somebody should have been smart enough to say, you know what, let's do, even if they did a town hall forum where it's not just as publicized as it would be like the Breakfast Club, then okay, maybe, because now we can have some discussion, and this is a more it's a controlled environment. We can offer different opinions from different backgrounds. But now you got this radio show where it's predominantly black, or if all black. So now it's like, it's like the brothers against the sisters.
Right.
I just
Right.
I hate
And and EQ, and you know what? When they got on that show with them, what nobody trying to do trying to learn or trying to help anybody out with it. It was basically there to, you don't know what you're doing, I'm gonna call you out. Ain't nobody listening to nobody. And how can you try to get something done when you go about it in that particular fashion? You see what I'm saying? It was just like a like I'm gonna beat on my chest, type of moment. You don't know what you're doing, and just calling somebody out and to beat, to make them look incompetent. Nobody wins nobody wins in a situation like that when things are brewing and getting heated up like that, whatever. Because we both at the end of the day, I feel like we look weak and incompetent in politicians. That's
Right.
in politics. That's how I feel about it.
Well, they also want to depict sisters undermining the authority of a man.
Right. There you
So
go.
they want to see women challenging men's authority, or because we live in this society where anything goes. You can be who and what you want to be, but now you're saying, and it also shows how um uh I, I don't know what would be a prefix for be unsubmissive to men, and it shows a disrespect, between a sister and a brother, because yes, it may be a political debate, but it is some level of disrespect there, and stuff like that makes me cringe.
Right. Yeah, it does. Yep. Nobody won in that whole situation there. Not at all. We look incompetent, and nobody was there to try to learn nothing. It was about, hey, you trying to make me look bad. I'm trying to make you look bad, and I'm standing on defending my. It was both of them trying to defend themselves, whatever, and trying to make each other look bad. I didn't like that, man. I just didn't like that. And nobody, Charlemagne, DJ Envy. I know they got a job and all that or whatever, man. But come on, man, we making money like that on each other? Nah, man, I ain't feeling it. B Dub, what's your thoughts about it, B Dub?
I mean, y'all pretty much hit all the points. I'm like y'all. I'm not, really an Eric Adams fan, so I ain't crying for bruh. But just at the situation in general, that's what it is. And I do want to correct one thing. The Breakfast Club has black hosts. It's not a black platform. Trust and believe. Them
Right.
dollars, them dollars are not going into the black community.
Right.
Even Charlemagne and Envy's dollars not going into the black community. So, I think y'all pretty much summed it up.
Yeah.
I agree with all the points that everybody was making.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Like I said, BW. Yeah, it was horrible, man. So you know what, man? I think we're gonna go ahead and skip the intro because we are already in 22 minutes into this thing. So we're gonna go ahead and get straight to the topics that for tonight. Well, before we do that, I will ask you guys, B Dub, EQG, man, how you guys doing today? Before we just get ready to get started, man, you guys good today?
Good.
Yeah, we doing good. We doing
Hey, I'm
good. That boy good.
I'm real good.
Yeah.
Real good.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
now guess what? Person got them income taxes back today, baby. So I'm real good. So
Already, what you gonna
yeah,
do?
I'm gonna log off early tonight because I'm gonna show Person a little something tonight.
Oh.
Yeah. Step right up. Hurry before the show begins. Hey, I've been listening to your little quiet storm on Instagram, Mr. Know It All. So I've been listening to your little songs and stuff you've been playing. So
Yeah,
me and
y'all got
Person
some
gonna
stuff
try to
on there.
do it. Yeah, me and Person got a thing going on tonight. Them income tax gonna drop. Oh yeah. Let me
Hey,
stop.
man.
The Social Security drop every month. What are you talking about?
Hey, we get that. We finna get that on the 3rd. So we finna really be balling. Hey.
Yeah,
we probably
finna
buy
be
the whole
balling.
H&R block. We probably gonna buy the whole H&R block. Yeah.
Yeah. So B Dub, man, what we got tonight, man? What we got? What topic we discussing tonight, brother?
We talking about Club Cray Cray.
Uh-oh.
Definitely got to talk about that. Amanda Seals was on Shannon Sharp's show, Club Shay Shay, recently, and we're gonna get into that, and then we're gonna get into what she said afterwards. We got baby mama trying to get all the dollars. Woman who owns her own business and makes a decent amount of money is trying to get additional child support from the baby daddy who actually has custody of the child. And in other baby mama news, we got a baby mama who wasn't quite pleased with how the girlfriend or wife, actually, the wife of the baby daddy handled a certain situation with their daughter. And if we got a little time, we'll get into a little more stuff.
Already. Well, let's start with the first one, then, B Dub.
All right, so let's go to the first clip. We're gonna do the child support clip. So let's see what's going on, and then we'll talk about it.
All right, now let's go.
Because I need to make sense of why she filed this in court asking for an increase.
Well, I mean, I do buy things for my son, and it's expensive. And
All right, so does other parents. They buy things for their children,
Yes.
and it is expensive.
yes,
So why are you here?
well, I have a business to run, and I need his help in order to buy these things for our son.
Wait a minute. Your son lives with him
Yes, now he does. Yes.
now, as in 3 years ago?
3 years.
That's not now. No, it's not. 3 years he's been living with him.
Yes.
So you want an increase in child support
Yes.
to do what exactly?
To help my son, to buy things for my son.
Right. You work, right?
Yes.
Where do you work?
I have my own business. I'm a caterer.
Caterer. How much are you making in your catering business?
About 400,000.
400 what? You came here to waste my time.
I make 40,000 a year, Your Honor.
You came here to get an increase in child support so that you can pay for your catering business.
No.
So why are you here?
Just for my son, of course.
Right, but you're maybe you're missing it. It's going like this,
Well, he
going
wants
over
to
your
stop
head.
paying the child support, and I don't think that he should stop paying. I think he
He
should pay more.
should stop paying if the child has been living with him for the past 3 years under your original court order. Mr. Eugene, give me a second. Under your original court order, you were the person that the child was living with,
Yes.
not him.
Yes.
So that means you voluntarily relinquished conservatorship over to dad.
Yes.
Right. So dad should be the person receiving child support from you.
From me.
That's what I said.
Wow. B-Dub. EQ. Gentleman Jamal. There it is. What you guys thought about this situation here, G-Man? So the woman thinks that the man should pay her child support. To re-up on child support, he should pay more child support or whatever. But what it didn't come around to, letting it finish out, the woman was upset at the man because the man had been sleeping with her sister. So she felt like the sister is the reason why her divorce with this man came final or whatever, because she was in love with this guy and her sister's messing around with the man. Well, apparently the man is he's a musician, and the sister was playing inside of his, she was an artist, or she's a musician that was playing with him, and that's how they end up linking up.
Oh, she was playing with him. All right.
Yeah, I was about to say they making some good music together.
So the woman is scorned, and now she wants to find any means to, try to, get this guy hemmed up with child support. So the guy, I think the guy was saying he makes only like $40,000 a year. This woman makes $400,000 a year. She has her own catering business, but she wants him to pay more money on child support because she is scorned. Is she right? Does she have a point because she want to do that? G-Man, B-Dub, EQ, what's your thoughts about it?
I'm gonna let B-Dub eat. He ready? Go ahead.
B-Dub, go ahead, B-Dub. My bad.
No, she don't have a point. First of all, he shouldn't have been paying child support in the first place. That's number one. And she gave up custody or conservatorship 3 years ago. This is privilege at its finest. This this is privilege to the top of Mount Everest. That's his child. He needs to be in a child life. He needs to take care of the child for sure, for sure. Regardless of what the pay difference might be. But as soon as she gave control over to the father, that child support should have ended. And like I said, it really shouldn't have been there in the first. He shouldn't have been paying in the first place. He should have just been when he got a kid, he take care of what he need to take care of. When she got him, she take care of what she need to take care of. Um, but yeah, she wilding, and it makes sense now. So I didn't know the part about the sister or whatever. Makes perfect sense. Bitter baby
Right.
mama. That's bitter baby mama 101 right there. So
Yep. This right here, B Dub. This is the ultimate hurt people like to hurt people. That woman's hurt. She's scorned. She feels that I can pay this guy back with, in his pockets because she has an idea. She thinks that him making $40,000, if I take a little bit more money out of his pockets, you know, that's going to hurt him or whatever. You know what I mean? It ain't about the kid. It's just not about the kid at all. So she says, you know what? Okay, that little 40,000 you making, okay, I want you to get some more money. But here's the thing, though, like she's not logically thinking this whole thing through because the man has custody of the kid. All right, so he has custody of the kid. So the money is still going to go back to him or whatever, because he got custody of the kids or whatever. So, she just need to go reevaluate this whole thing or whatever. And another thing I have to point out is you can't put kids into grown folk stuff. To me, like what are you getting out of that to try to attack this man financially? That's going to be that's not going to look good at all to for the child whenever you see these adults fighting over petty stuff like that, because it's very petty. But again, like I said, this is the ultimate case of hurt people like to hurt people. This lady wasted her time going to the courtroom and bringing up something like that when you know darn well, you don't have no type of custody of the child at all. But then another thing, and I'm gonna say this is my final point here. She wants to humiliate this guy too. You see what I'm saying? She wants to humiliate him. She wanted the story to get out there that the man, he only makes $40,000 a year. That the man is, barely making ends meet, and the fact that, the man is messing with her sister. She's more concerned about humiliating that man than anything. She don't care nothing about that child as far as like being in that man custody and all that, because she gave up her rights to the kid to the man voluntarily. So it ain't about the kid. You know what I'm saying? She want to do this humiliation tactic on this guy because she's hurt. EQ, what's your thoughts?
Speaking of bitter baby mamas,
Trust me, I am not, nor have I ever been a bitter baby mama. My child is 18. I've been doing it, and I feel like I should pat myself on the back because hey, child support is a joke anyway because it's not done fairly. But anyway, she should be paying child support. Did she say 400,000? Is that what she said? I thought that's what she said she made.
yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
400. She made 400,000. Yeah.
Okay, 400,000 compared to his 40,000, and he's raising your son off a $40,000 a year salary. Ma'am, I'm like Judge Joe Brown. Ma'am, she done lost her cotton picking mind. She should be helping him alleviate some of the cost of taking care of their son. That's just greedy right there. I don't care who he was sleeping with. That's just greedy, and it's just some things you just don't do.
Yeah.
So
But you know what? Yeah. But here's the thing now. Like, I'm not justifying the brother and what he did was sleeping with the sister. Like, he wrong for that. You know what I mean? That, you got to understand, like, like his consequence for him doing that. Yes, the lady's pissed off and she's so
no,
upset,
no, no,
angry.
no, 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 no. They're not married. They not together. He just her baby daddy. He can sleep with who he wants to. I'm not saying it's right for him to sleep with her sister, her friend, or whoever, but he's not obligated to her. Only thing their obligation is their son. Who he sleep with, that's none of her business.
Yeah.
That's none of her business. Their obligation is their child. She should be saying, okay, hey, what does my son need? What do you need to help make his life good, or make sure he have what he need? That's the conversations they should be having. As far as who he sleep with, they ain't got nothing to do with her. at all.
Well,
Whether it's her friend, her mama, her cousin, nobody.
Well, if you let the lady tell it, she was married to the man while the sister was sleeping with the man. You see what I'm saying? That was the
That's old stuff. It's done happen. They divorced. He on child support or she on child support or whatever. No, you done moved on. Because if you was that
Child
concerned, you
support
would have
ain't got
stayed.
nothing to do with none of that.
Right. If you
Yeah.
was that concerned about who he was sleeping with, you would have stayed married to him.
Right.
For
Well,
better, for worse. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. G-Man, what's your thoughts, brother?
No, I love it. I love it. Shout out to Miss Janet Robinson in the chat. She needs to pay back child support. Yes, right? Because child support is not a tool, should not be used as a tool of punishment because you don't like the father.
I agree.
See what I'm saying? If I'm raising a child, the child is with me, and she has the gall to say, not only does he need to keep paying child support, but I need to get an increase in the child support. That says it all, right? As B-Dub said, you talk about entitlement, you talk about this, make it make sense. The child lives with me. Now, mothers, okay, you raise it takes money to raise a child. We all agree on that. Now, if the woman has a child full-time, the father should support, and he should provide financial support, absolutely. But when it's the man who has a child, look it up. She ain't got the kid. She make 10 times what he makes. 10 times what he makes. And he is still paying child support to, as it currently was. Not only does he's still paying, but she says, no, I need more. No, it's not about how you feel about me now, because we're not together, as EQ said. Now it's about the child now. Let's focus on that. Don't worry about who I'm sleeping with now. I'm sleeping with you. Yeah, okay, that's not the right. We agree, okay. But that's not what you should be basing on what this man should be paying child support based off of his, now I'm sleeping with your best friend, your cousin, your sister, your mama. They ain't got nothing to do with this child and the financial responsibility to the child. This is not a form of punishment because you don't like me or whatever. So we keep it works smoother when everybody agrees. We're going to do what's best in the best interest of the child. And obviously, they both agreed that it's the best interest of the child to be with that father. And he's been raising that kid for 3 years. So she needs to be paying him 3 years back child support. And then she needs to be paying child support moving forward, making $400,000. Because trust and believe, if the man made $400,000 and she made $40,000, he'd be paying out his behind.
And he would back pay and fees and all that. Back pay and fees. Yep. It wouldn't be no point.
And I'm a great, hey, real quick, I'm a former Greg Abbott baby. When Greg Abbott was the AG, I sent hella money to Greg Abbott as Attorney General. So help child support and help them kids.
B-Dub, what's your thoughts, brother?
I already gave my thoughts. I went first.
Oh, you did? Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, but like I said, the whole thing is just, it's like you said, man. Like you have the audacity to get there in front of the courthouse and look goofy and silly. And here's the thing, like she's not even paying attention, like looking at the judge, giving her these looks, and like, are you serious? You know what I mean? That you're gonna come here and want an increase in child support, and the kid is not even in your custody, and you voluntarily gave custody over to your kid to this man, and you're gonna sit up here and bring that inside this courtroom? I loved every minute of it. It was hilarious. It was very entertaining. And to be honest with you, I had to understand. I was like, man, you know what, man? This woman just really, she's there to just try to tear this brother down. And she think that, with her privilege that she has, that she's going to take this opportunity to tear that brother down and try to destroy him and humiliate him, and she ended up looking like the complete fool in front of that courthouse, in front of them folks at that courthouse with her tactic, what she was trying to do. And I applaud the judge for actually doing what she's supposed to do, and basically the guy got waived in his favor with him and his child or whatever, because that's what that was the right thing to do. she couldn't have felt. I don't think that she had no other way to try to look at it at the other person, at the female's way with what she had done. You know, so ain't no way in the world she could have favored that female not in that situation there. So kudos to that judge. B-Dub, what we got next, brother?
You know what? Let's go and get into it. The hot topic of the week, and probably for the next couple of weeks. So if you're not familiar who Amanda Seals is, she's an actress. She's on the show Insecure. She's a comedian. She went on Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharp, and they had a 3-hour-long conversation, and they discussed a lot of stuff. And you know, she talked about some of the main things. She talked about an issue she had with y0u, who is the creator, executive producer of Insecure. You know, not being accepted in Black Hollywood spaces, as she called it. She what words I'm looking for. She made it known that she is autistic. She has a level of autism, self-diagnosed, by the way, and a lot of things. She went in on Emmanuel Acho about some comments he made about Angel Reese. It was a lot. If you watched the interview, if you saw the interview, it was a lot. Now, after the interview, she immediately attacked Shannon Sharp on her own podcast and her radio show and said that she wasn't treated fairly. She felt like Shannon didn't give her a safe space like they promised. She brought up Cat Williams' interview, said he gave Cat Williams the freedom to say whatever he wanted to say, but he didn't believe her, which a lot of people are saying, you know, people are kind of divided. Some people are siding with Amanda Seals. Some people are siding with Shannon Sharp and saying, you know, he wasn't disagreeing. He was just, you know, giving some pushback and just trying to push the conversation along or whatever. So, yeah, it was a lot going on, man. And I'll just say this real quick, and then I'll let y'all discuss it. I don't really rock with Amanda Seals, and this is not based on anything nobody else said. This is on stuff she said. But when I saw that she was gonna be on Club Shay Shay, I was like, all right, I'm skipping that one. But then I seen the runtime was 3 hours. So I'm like, man, Shannon sat down and talked with her for 3 hours. And then I said, you know what? Let me give it a fair shot, because we're making opinions on people from 140 characters in a tweet, or, you know, short videos here and there, even though, again, this is, you know, her content that we're making a judgment off of. But I said, you know, a 3-hour conversation, that'd be a great time for her to really expound and, you know, be fair. And so I started watching it. I got about 20 minutes into it, and then I realized, you know, her radio show, or her podcast rather, is titled Small Doses, and that couldn't be any more accurate, because me personally, you have to take Amanda Seals in small doses. So I watched about 20 minutes of it, and then I kind of turned it off. But then I did go back later and watch some clips. So I never went back and finished watching the whole show in its entirety, but I watched a good amount of clips. It's particularly the stuff that everybody is talking about. And yeah, my opinion about Amanda Seals hasn't changed.
Yeah, let's check out the video.
No, that's a different one.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
It's too much. Yeah. It's way too much to try to put a video package together. Like, literally,
okay. Yeah,
it's a lot. And
right.
She talks a lot.
Right. Well, G-Man, what's your thoughts about Amanda Seals, this situation with Club Shay Shay?
So I'm somewhere about B-Dub. Like, small doses, that's perfect. Like, this is the thing. You can think about any Club Shay Shay interview, whatever. You never heard anybody that quickly go from a guest to the show to talking that negatively about the show. And, you know,
Charleston White do it.
Huh?
Charleston White do it.
No, Charleston White was never on the show. Was he?
No.
I'm saying the guest on the show. No, it's people that don't like the show for sure.
Yeah.
DL, we can name some people that don't like it, but I'm saying who were a guest on the show, and then within a day of it airing, just trash it. If we're gonna be honest, Amanda Seals hasn't been relevant in a long time. If we're just gonna be honest, she did Club Shay Shay, 3 hours. I'm like, I couldn't watch the whole thing. I can't sit there and watch anything in 3 hours. I'm gonna be honest. Let alone I can't listen to Amanda Seals or Shannon Sharp talk for 3 hours. They really need to cut that down. If it wasn't a Cat Williams type situation, come on. Everybody's now looking for the next Cat Williams kind of moment. And he's just not Cat Williams. So let's quit it with the 3 hour stuff. But anyhow, I don't care too much about, I can take her how I don't care nothing about her in the sense of I got an opinion about her personally. That's not about her personally. It's not about Shannon Sharp personally. But the clips are very interesting as she talk about race. And the one clip when Shannon Sharp was like, your mama's white, and she was like, no. It was like, it was cringeworthy. And
Yeah.
I'll be willing to say it was probably the worst Club Shay Shay interview that, so far as cringeworthy moments, it was bad. And I didn't watch the whole thing, just the clips. I'm like, this is garbage.
Right.
But
Well,
it was just some clicks just because it's controversial. I guess that's the ultimate goal. But I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And again, we talk about a black man, a black woman sitting here talking about whatever. And one thing that stood out, and he talked about this on the after with the Ocho, what's it called?
Uncle Ocho.
Huh? The nightcap. Nightcap. He's talking about when he tried to hug her in the beginning, she didn't want to hug him. When they first met, and then eventually, if y'all saw that clip, she did eventually give him a hug. So, you thought he was making some progress in the interview, but then to hear all this is okay. She just turned him down. Like she has enough in her career that people can speak negative of. This is just pile this on top of the list. Shout out to Club Shay Shay, and I don't like talk disparagingly about my people on public, so I'll just say, God bless them.
Yeah. Well, I don't really have a whole lot to add on this one, though, man, because I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even know who Amanda Seals is. I'm be honest, but I ain't never, when I saw that Shannon Sharp was interviewing Amanda Seals or whatever, I'm like, who is Amanda Seals? So but I missed this episode, but I did hear people start talking about this whole situation that transpired, and they said that Amanda Seals and Ocho, and Shannon Sharp, had some some beef with each other after the fact, or whatever the case may be. But my thing was, I was thinking about what again, here it is. It's another platform that's being built. Everybody, and Club Shay Shay is one of the hottest tickets out there as far as like having, conversation that goes on in the black community. And, a lot of stuff has been exposed in Hollywood. A lot of stuff has been exposed in the sport arena. It's been exposed. I mean, a lot of stuff has been exposed big time on Shannon Sharp's show. But again, to me, it's just that it's another platform to, again, where you got a brother, you got a sister that's, having a different, having a dispute on a public platform like that. And we looking bad out there, man. So
I got to push back on that. I got to push back on that a little bit.
Go ahead.
Because I don't think, to me, I didn't take it as a dispute. It was just awkward. And whether she want to take responsibility for it or not, Amanda Seals kind of set a lot of that up. And I'm just basing on how it went. Like she was really, there was a lot of points from what I seen where she was leading the conversation in a certain direction, and Shannon was trying to follow her in that direction. And then when he say something, she's like, "No, that's not what it was." But it's like you walked me here, and now you're saying no, that's not what it was. And you know, like this is the thing. Like we're being real about it. I know Miss Know-It-All, you might not be familiar with Amanda Seals. You might, so you know Amanda Diva. You remember Amanda Diva from MTV back in the day? This is the same person.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Amanda Seals is a beautiful woman, highly attractive. She has that ambiguous look. Come on, G-Man.
She high. I'm looking at her right now. She high. She high.
She
high.
Yeah. She's attractive.
Well, your standards and my standards may be a little different.
But my point is, she has that Hollywood look. Because this is what I'm getting at. She keeps talking about Hollywood, you know, not supporting her and this and that and that, but she has that ambiguous black girl, light skinned Hollywood look that they love. She's a singer. She's a talented singer. She's a dancer, a poet. She's highly intelligent. Like she has all of these attributes that Hollywood's looking for, but you're claiming that for whatever reason they just hating on you. Every Hollywood, particularly Black Hollywood, just chose to hate on you. But you possess all of these things that Hollywood typically looks for in a leading lady or in an entertainer or whatever. And I found actually she was in Floetry for a quick minute. I didn't know that. That was something I learned. Whenever Floetry had parted ways temporarily, she filled in for the other girl when Marsha Ambrosius went on tour. So a good singer. And so my point is this: if you're having all of these problems in all these different situations, what's the common denominator? You. With the Hollywood party. So she talked about getting kicked out of the party or whatever, but she wasn't invited to the party by the people, any of the people who hosted the party. She was invited by another guest. So she was a guest of a guest. Okay, cool. She go there. Now she's bringing a friend who also was not invited by the people throwing the party. No problem, but that's Hollywood. People do that in Hollywood all the time. Hey, we're gonna be over here. You can come through. So I don't have a problem with that. I don't think she was wrong for going to the party. But when she get there, they don't let her in, and she says, "You know what? Okay, I'm gonna leave." And then somebody else sees her leaving and was like, "Nah, come on in the party. We'll figure it out. I'm gonna get you up in there." So you right in that moment realize that you were not wanted at this party for whatever reason, good or bad. I'm not saying that it's her fault, but you know that you're not being wanted there, and you made the choice to leave, which was the right choice. But you again let somebody else who's not affiliated with the party tell you, "No, come in." So you try to go in again, and you get denied again. And then she said again, "You know what? I'm not going to sit out here in the parking lot and do all this. I'm gonna leave." But then, okay, now the third time, somebody who is affiliated with the party says, "Oh, no, you good, come on." So they actually get her into the party, right? And then somebody else who is one of the organizers of the party, Issa Rae's publicist, said, "No, you can't be here," and they kick her out again. Now, you can say, okay, maybe that's not right. Maybe the lady was being some type of way. Okay, that's cool. But from the very first time when you knew you was not wanted there and you decided to leave, you should have stuck with that. You should have just stuck with that and just left. Why would you continue to try to go into a party that you're clearly not wanted at?
Because I'm Amanda Seals. That's the reason why. I'm Amanda Seals. You know, your whole career, from what you're saying, you know, her whole career, like G-Man said, her career's on life support or whatever, but she's still thinking that she's got some clout. I can go and, you know, go to these parties unannounced like I used to, like, you know, like I'm still popular with her. That's the reason why she feels like she can enter these clubs. You know what I'm saying? Or enter these parties. What's funny, B-Dub? Like G-Man?
Will Melvin.
You got the very same skip on twice. I would have kept the story to myself if that happened.
Hey, I was about to get on B-Dub. He like the Amanda Seals fan club. She's so talented. She can sing, dance, she can write music, she can write programs. Wow. Amanda Seals ain't, come on, son. She ain't. She
no,
ain't
but what I'm
street.
saying is, but that is her resume. I'm just saying that's her resume, right?
Yeah.
She can sing. She's a trained dancer, a singer, a poet.
Okay.
Attractive.
Is she married? Is she married? Is she married?
Heck no.
Listen.
And see, Shannon could have been petty because he could have brought up that Myron Rose situation, but he didn't do that. Like, if he was picking at you or being petty, he could have brought that up because y'all know Myron Rose used to play football. He's a neurosurgeon. Well, that's debatable. People say, well, she didn't lie, whatever. In the middle of the Me Too movement, when that was hot and everybody was telling their Me Too stories, she decided to put out some information that she went on a date with Myron Rowe and he was inappropriate. And she just kind of left it at that, which leads people to believe that something serious happened. Because if we talk about Me Too and you say somebody's inappropriate with me,
I don't even know this woman. I don't even know who this woman is. I don't know nothing about this woman, whatever. But something about you tell me about all these attributes and everything she got going on, and then hearing all this stuff that's going on about this woman. There's just something about this woman. I'm like, something don't set right with her. Just something don't feel right. You know what I mean? And I ain't never said I was this woman at all. I don't know nothing about her. But
Janet said maybe she needs to adjust her attitude, continue with her meds. She seems off to me. She seems off to most people, not named B-Dub, Janet.
No,
you're so beautiful.
I have to be.
You're so beautiful.
I have to be unbiased.
Yeah. Yeah.
She is
man. So Brittany Simone said the way people are labeled problematic is not because of what they say, it's because of the negative reactions. I like some of her viewpoints, but she is a worse candidate for dialogue. Okay. That's fair. Okay. And then Will Melvin says inappropriate is a nebulous term. We want to get technical. Our parents were inappropriate. That's how we were conceived. Okay. All right, Will Melvin.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's cool. That's facts on that. Yep.
That could mean so much. When you say inappropriate, that could mean so much. And for her to say it at that time, people automatically gonna go to the worst side of the spectrum. Come to find out, they barely even talked. I think they talked on the phone or something and planned the date, never actually went on a date. And
Yep. So B-Dub, let's get on to this last one, man. The last video we got.
Keep your hands off my kid. Baby mama is not happy about the wife or the husband disciplining their child. Let's take a look at it.
All right, now.
Condone, and I told him that I don't want nobody putting their hands on my daughter but me, because I'm the mother. So what makes you feel like you could do that?
Understood. First off, it was something mutual between me and the father because your daughter was being disrespectful.
She could, okay, this is my thing. My daughter's not disrespectful. And even if she was disrespectful, I told him to not let nobody, no bitch, excuse me, but really not excuse me, to put their hands on my daughter. It gotta be something that you said to her for her to even feel
that it ain't gonna be tolerated.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say this. We can't talk together. We seen together, but we can't talk together.
But what I'm telling you is valid, and I'm
okay. So why you let her put her hands on our daughter? Because you know. What you mean what I'm doing here? I'm checking your wife because she feel like she got authority to put her hands on my daughter.
Let's stop it right there, because first off, she was being disrespectful.
How was she being disrespectful?
I gave her permission.
Why didn't why didn't you discipline her? I'm not talking to you right now. Why didn't you discipline her? Because you the damn daddy.
Because I wasn't here.
Okay, well, next time, call me or something. Because I don't condone that. You need to speak to me. I'm the one that birthed her because this is my daughter. He
Is he
is.
not the-
But look, if he's not
First
here
of
to
all, why you
discipline
bring
her,
over here
then you need to
recording?
wait. Because
How
it's
you
stupid.
just could have called me about this. You
You don't answer the phone. You don't answer me. Tell you something. This is my daughter. I don't want you touching her. That's
Okay.
point blank. Period.
And I heard
And
you.
if she
So
comes
then you
back
want
to
her
me,
coming over here because if she gonna be disrespectful and cross the line.
okay. Well, why you not being a daddy and checking her then and making sure that she's respecting her?
I'm not doing it.
Because you just told me that you weren't here when it happened. So if you're not here when it happened,
tell you that daddy whooped me, because I do. If she's disrespectful in my house, she's going to get punished.
She told me that daddy's new girlfriend touched me.
House. If she's
that's what she told me.
Ain't nothing new about this.
Let me handle it.
Okay, look.
If she's
please
under our
handle it. Because I swear to God, you know how I get.
What?
And I'm already up here. It don't matter. It's my daughter, though. It's my daughter. And I ain't even really got to talk to you. We can definitely go there. Because I'm with that time, too. What? Listen to what?
Under my roof, she's going to get punished if she's being disrespectful.
I'm not. Okay, look. I'm not. Like I said, don't touch my child no more, okay? That's all I'm going to say.
Right,
and y'all can have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful rainy day. And how about your narrow ass answer the phone when I call next time?
Yeah.
And I said what I said. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Boy, that gave me a headache right there, EQ. Like, there was nothing. Man, you know what? I really wish I could just, I really want to insert myself in that situation, close the door on that woman's face for real. Now, there was nothing that was productive out of the whole situation at all. That woman that came to that house to confront that lady at her house, she came there with the intentions of causing some issues. Period. The way she was talking to that lady, to that woman about her child, being disciplined, she came there for some smoke. She came there to deal with that woman. See, people like that, they know who they can do that to. And she felt like she can test that woman by going to that woman and talking to her on her property in that fashion, in that manner. Because if it was a woman that she felt like she couldn't do that to, she wouldn't have been in that woman's property in the front yard talking reckless like that. You see what I'm saying? Ain't no way in the world it would have went down like that. If she felt like that woman can hold her own, if that woman can hold her own and deal with her. So she dealt with that woman because she felt like she can do that. And she was wrong as hell going over there trying to confront that man about, how his child's been disciplined and so on and so forth or whatever. If you got discipline, you can't tell anybody how to discipline, a child when he's with the other adult. Now me, I would have, disciplined my kid as well or whatever, but my child know for a fact not to, act inappropriate if I'm not around the house or whatever. You see what I'm saying? It's not gonna happen. But that's just how I feel about it, man. And that woman was wrong as hell for doing all that. She's doing too much. B-Dub, what you got? Be smart. She said,
nah, listen. Well,
she came up with a problem, B-Dub.
Well, listen, I don't want to invalidate her feelings. If that's how she feels, that is her child. However, she acting childish herself. Like we supposed to be adults about stuff like this, right? Like I feel like number one, this tells me one thing. Potential, possible. I don't want to prejudge. But it seems like he wasn't really cool with that relationship, and they don't have a good co-parent circle like they should, because that's his wife, not his girlfriend. So when you get to the point of, okay, I'm getting remarried and this gonna be my husband or this gonna be my wife, by that time, all three participants or four participants, however many it is, if the mama got a man too, should have been set down and had some real deep conversations on how we gonna set the village for this child or for the children that are involved. So for it to get this far, that he got a whole wife, they married, and y'all don't have an understanding on how discipline is gonna be handled in each household, that's kind of crazy to me, honestly. But I mean, yeah, I don't think she should have came to them people's house like that the way she did. And clearly, she got her phone out recording, so she came on some BS. She was with the ish right off the bat because she came with her phone out ready to record. So she wasn't trying to resolve no issue.
No.
So yeah, she was wrong. She was wrong in how she acted. I definitely don't think she should have came to people's house like that. It sets a bad example for the little girl, and it makes me wonder what she's telling that little girl just by the way she's acting. But for her to be upset, that's cool. If she's upset, if she upset, that I don't have an issue with that. But that's not how you handle that, and that should have been talked out and figured out a long time ago before we get to the stages of having new wives and new husbands.
Again, B-Dub, I strongly believe this. You do that to somebody, you know that you can do that too. You know what I'm saying? You know that I probably had several conversations about, about anything that's probably things that's going on inside the house and outside the house, whatever. But if she felt like she couldn't test somebody like that, ain't no way in the world you can get me to believe that she would drive all the way from her comfort of her own home, drive over there and try to check somebody at their house about a situation about the daughter or whatever the case may be. She did that because she felt like she can go over there and do that to that person. If that person would have put hands on her or whatever, or she felt like that person can put hands on her, I don't think she would have had no conversation face to face, in that person's, yard about disciplining the daughter. That would have been a phone conversation. You see what I'm saying? It would have been a phone conversation. It would have went down like that.
Yeah, but you're still taking a chance though, because you don't know what's going on. Like that could have been that one day where that crazy cousin or that sister was there, and you go to confront her because you know she ain't gonna do nothing. But then here come sister or cousin or somebody else who with the shits. Now you a victim trying to call 911 talking about you was assaulted. So yeah, it definitely was a risky move and a dumb move and unnecessary.
Right.
But again, not to disregard her feelings. If she has a problem with, again, that's her child. She has every right to have a problem or not have a problem. But it's all about how you handle it, and she handled it in a very horrible way. And it makes me believe that she's probably putting a lot of bad energy into that child. And I hope that's not the case, but it seems like that's probably the case.
Right. So go ahead. Go ahead, EQ. EQ, go ahead. EQ, you're not coming through. G-Man, EQ, you're not coming through. You like you're breaking up. You're on mute.
EQ on that T-Move internet. Let's go to our year.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
I was just saying, sometimes as women, we have to, I understand, by all means advocate for your kids, protect them and all that. But sometimes as women, as mothers, we can model disrespect. Because that was a way, first of all, you disrespectfully went to those people's houses without notifying them that you were coming. So, Mom, you can't be there for her chastising your kid for being disrespectful when you modeling the disrespectful behavior. There's a way to handle anything. And if I'm married to your husband, to your ex-husband or your baby daddy, and your kid disrespected me like the lady, man, this my house, this where I pay bill, your kid being disrespectful, I have every right because we became one flesh when we got married. So what was his became mine, and vice versa. So, and if you don't want your child hit or popped or disciplined, keep your kid at home.
Right.
It's just as simple as that. Because ain't nobody got to put up with your disrespectful kid. And if the husband had to go to work or whatever and left this kid in my care, yeah, I'm gonna make sure your child is good. But we draw the line when we start being disrespectful.
Right.
And I'm not saying that's no green light for you to go out here and just beat somebody else's kid, which I don't think this lady did. But I think this lady probably did enough to get a point across, like, hey, in this house, you're not gonna be disrespectful to me. I understand that. But as women, we gotta sometimes be careful because when you going against the dad and the stepmama because you don't want the stepmom to discipline you, mom, you sound like you first of all, you sound like you're a little bitter. And yeah, you upset. I get it. You know, that's your baby. That's your baby. I get it. But at the same time, you can't be disrespectful and then getting mad because your kid is getting disciplined for being disrespectful because you're modeling the behavior. And a lot of our kids pick up behaviors from mama. I'm just being honest.
Right. Yep. Yep. Hey, G Man, before we get your thoughts, we got Miss Brittany Simone on to the show. Let me get on, G Man. Miss Brittany Simone, welcome to another episode. How are you?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Yes, well, so we doing pretty good. So we saw that you definitely had a comment about this particular topic that we're discussing here. So, what's your thoughts and what's your opinions about this topic that we're discussing here? Was the lady wrong? What was the child's mother wrong, or was the stepwife wrong, or was everybody wrong? You give us your point about it.
I feel like everybody had blame in it because if you look at the common denominator between all three parties, it's the child. It's not about how dad feels. It's not about how the wife feels. It's not about how the mother feels, that's outside of the co-parenting situation. And I say I put blame on everybody else because, I tune into y'all show. I think I'm probably younger than everybody on here. I'm, a younger millennial. I see G Man. I'm a younger millennial, but I can attest to how I felt when I grew up in step parenting situations. And then I'm also a mom myself in a sort of co-parenting situation. And this hits close to home for me because I just had to pull my children out of a situation where I felt like I wasn't given the respect as the mother for a conversation to be had. So with this, and I've seen this before a couple of months ago, um, I'm not against stepmom disciplining the child, but I do feel like before that happens, there needs to be a conversation that's had between the husband, the wife, and the mom. Because how am I to feel if, let's say, there is some contention in place, which it looks like it was. I don't know if you spanked my child out of discourse with me, or I don't know if you spanked my child out of, hey, I want to see the progression of the child. We have a good co-parenting relationship. I did this in lieu of making sure your child knows right from wrong. I don't know why you did it because you didn't have a conversation with me, which is why I do feel like it was appropriate for her to be upset. Maybe she went to their house inappropriately and disrespectful, but the thing about it is when somebody is concerned about their child, it goes 0 to 10, and I know it goes there because, like I said, I literally just had that happen with me, and I had to realize, like, hey, what do you have to lose here? Because if you want to be there for your children, you can't really go there like that. And the person that I feel like has the most blame is dad, because when you enter two women into a situation, you have the power to navigate how it's gonna go. And he should have made sure that both parties are comfortable with each other. This is my wife, but this is my child's mother, and both play a part in my child's life. And y'all gonna have to get along in order for this to move forward. And I just feel like he's not doing his part as a man, because I guarantee you, if he had both of them where they needed to be in the place that they needed to be, that wouldn't have happened. I'm 90% sure I could say that there is some both sides that he's playing, because there's no way that she would have popped up at his house if she had good communication with him to say, like, hey, what's going on? She said he didn't answer the phone, but she still wouldn't have popped up to the house if there was a good co-parenting situation going on. And I just still don't feel like he should have given permission to his wife to discipline the child if you haven't had a conversation with the mother. That's my take on it.
Right, but what if the mother, because there's something going on. Like, in order for a conversation to be had, you got to you have to be mature enough to have that type of conversation. Somebody in that conversation with them, having that type of dialogue with each other, going back and forth at each other like that, and for that woman to make that decision to go over to the house with whatever she, to me, that don't show a sense of maturity when you go over to a situation like that. You see what I'm saying? So in order for a conversation to be had or whatever, and in order for a mature conversation to be had, both women have to be mature about it. That was an immature move, because what if that could not? What if that would have really went real bad to the point to where some licks was being thrown out, or somebody end up bodily injury or bodily harm took place in that situation, whatever. That's an immature move. You see what I'm saying? So to me, in order for a conversation to be had or whatever, everybody, all the adults can't be immature like the child is. You see what I'm saying? They all got to be mature, and they wasn't mature when the way they handled that.
Here's my thing, Mama. When you found out that your baby daddy was getting married, you should have had a conversation with your kid.
Everybody.
My daddy's fixing to get married. Things are gonna change. Our family structure is gonna change. I need you to be on your best behavior and be respectful to his wife. You may not agree with her. At the end of the day, she's an adult. That's her house. You be respectful. And if you can't do all these things that I'm telling you to do, then me and you need to have a conversation. See, you got to check what's yours first before you try to check this wife. Because I don't care if you my niece, nephew, sister, cousin, you can't come in my house being disrespectful to me. No, and not suffer some type of consequence. Either you're gonna get put out or you're gonna act right. You know what I'm saying? And if it gets too bad, I'm gonna pop you upside your head. But at the same time, those are conversations you have prior to getting married. And I can almost assure you, this ain't the first time. This ain't the first time, because why? These conversations, you check this type of stuff at the door. You don't let this type of stuff fester or linger. You have conversations with your children. Hey, and then I know some mamas be like, well, that ain't your mama. You ain't got to do what she tell you to do. See, that's the disrespectful behavior of mama's mom. Because even now, I have an 18-year-old daughter, and I tell her, I don't care who your daddy with, you respect them. Because at the end of the day, you still a kid, you're not grown. And I've always told her that. Now, and I've always told his women, look, if you got a problem, you come to me. Or you go to her daddy. Or you let me know. If you don't want to whoop her, I'll come whoop her. But yeah, and thankfully I ain't never had nobody hit my child because I'm crazy. But anyway, but it's conversations you're supposed to have up front.
Right.
But you can't come to my house unannounced. I'm sorry. You can't, baby mama, baby dad, grandma. No, you don't go to nobody's house unannounced. And no.
And a lot of times,
or not, because I might be busy.
Right, and a lot of times, EQ, in a situation like that, when you have like when you have a situation to where families are joined together like that, sometimes the kid, especially if like if the kid is staying with the mom or the dad or whatever, one they can definitely they can feel the vibe and the energy of, like, they can kind of hear the discussion that's going on, or see how mom responded, or see how dad responded, and they'll try to play each other, pit each other against each other, because of what they've heard or what they've seen, that they, the custodial parent, saying, and what they feed to that child or whatever. So they'll try to play, both parents against each other or whatever, because that's just what kids do. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times you got to watch that as well, because that's part of the equation as well, that how things can be misconstrued or misconcepted inside the home or whatever, because the kid is playing both the mom and the dad. G-Man, what's your thoughts on the situation?
If you have a united front, that can't happen.
I agree, B-Dub. I agree.
We don't know these people personally, but I would be willing to go out on a limb and say that the daughter is probably a mirror of the mother. I'm gonna tell you why. Because mama said that she's not disrespectful at home. She's never like that at my house, so she only do that over there. That's not true. But what it could be is, it could be the perception. Mama could be one of those types that want to be the friend, and maybe they talk to each other like that. So mama might not take it as disrespect because that's just how they talk. But maybe over here in daddy household, they don't move like that. So over here it's perceived as disrespect and not staying in a child's place. But whereas mama's house is friend, we do TikToks together, it's cool. So that I think that to me, that's what I'm kind of getting. Again, this short clip, we don't know these people, but that's just kind of what I get. But I agree with Brittany about dad though. Now I'm glad that once dad heard the commotion that was going on, he immediately came out and stepped in and took over the situation. So I do give him credit for that. But if he would have did a better job of doing that from the beginning, we might not be here. Like she said, and that's the point I was making earlier. Like, this is his wife. So if you deep enough into a relationship where y'all finna get married, them conversations should have been had right at that point. Like, hey, me and so, we're engaged, we want to get married, and so she's gonna be moving in, she's gonna be a baby girl stepmom. So we need to discuss how we're gonna be a village for her. And so that stuff should have been worked out a long time ago. We should not be at this point and still having misunderstandings about discipline. We should already know, yep, it's cool to get the belt. No, don't get the belt, or call mama, call daddy, whatever. So I agree with that. I think dad, as being a man in the situation, should have been a little bit more firm from the beginning and squared that away, because that's your old chick and your new chick. You have to be the mediator to make sure stuff like this don't happen. Now that's not to take any responsibility away from mama from coming over there with the BS. That's still on her. But yeah, I think this is really just kind of a shit show all the way around.
G-Man, what's your thoughts, brother?
Let's go to the comments, because Will Melvin is cooking. You've been ignoring now.
Will Melvin said, the way I see it, that the child is your stepdaughter and expected to care for by you, you have the authority to correct the behavior. 100%. He also said it ain't even about the kid, it's just a show of dominance. Okay, I agree.
I agree very well.
Ms. Jenna Robinson said already.
Please do not agree with G-Man. He ain't got
you got Mr. Know-It-All try to skate past when they agree with me. If they agree with Mr. Know-It-All, he'll put it on the Jumbotron. If somebody say agree with me, he just we're gonna skim past.
And then Will Melvin said the baby mama set the expectation for the kid to disrespect the stepmother by pulling up over something so minor.
He sure did.
And then he also said they might as well do the polygamy thing. The ex obviously still isn't over the dude.
Right. Ex still kind of bitter. Yeah, she still
we didn't even talk about that part.
Yep, yeah, that's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like.
She didn't get wifed. That's the thing. She
said, Janet Robinson, I'm not going to get in another baby dad unless it's G-Man. She loves G-Man, boy. Janet Robinson, something else, boy.
Don't nobody like G-Man.
No, they said it for me. I'm done. I ain't got nothing to say.
Yeah, I hear you,
push
G-Man.
that button no more.
Yeah. So what's your thoughts, G-Man? What's your thoughts about this situation, man? We get your input on it.
No, I mean, y'all summed it up. Like the man, he has to set the tone. If he done his work on the front end, this wouldn't have happened on the back end.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Yeah.
You always go into a situation with blended families. I ain't gonna put my hands on nobody else's child if I don't have to. But as Will Melvin said, if I'm entrusted to take care of this child, look after this child or whatever, and I'm married to the, okay, he probably has to make corrective behavior. Now, whether it's spanking, another thing we got to define what I forget the word she used. She said I don't know if she spanked the child or whatever, disciplined the child. We have to define that. What is discipline? Me putting you in time out of discipline. Me denying you your phone is discipline, right? It's not always about putting hands and feet on a child, right? I'm a girl's dad, and I've never put my hands on my daughters. Can't.
Soft. Just soft.
Butter soft. Girls are different. I had a son, I'm
right in the chest.
right in his chest. Girls are just, I just can't.
So
You
mean.
know, call me what I am. I can't. I can't. So in a situation, and everybody knows what it is. I you know, if I have a child and the mom's with another guy and he's like, well, I had to whoop your daughter. I ain't even with my daughter. I probably would feel away. Now she's married to this guy and I'm trusting him to take care of it. He has a right to have, you know, to correct the behavior of that child. But as we all agreed upon, that should be something that we should all have sat down with and had a conversation if the communication was open. And if the relationship was over, truly over, then that should have been an easy conversation. Hey, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to move forward. This is what everybody expects. And as the girl pointed out 100 times, well, I called you, you never answered. You know, the lines of communication have to be open. You know what I'm saying? But as Will Melvin pointed out, that wasn't about the kid. It had nothing to do with the kid.
No.
She was upset that he was with old girl. Oh, you done disciplined my child. And you done came over there to show no matter, even if he's over there with you, I'm still number one. I'm still the big dog, just like in nature. I got to have a show of dominance. And that was just what she was doing because, you know.
But she trying to display that dominance. She trying to display that dominance because she feel like she can display that dominance. If there was another woman that she can't do that, display that dominance to, she would have drove her butt over there at that house, B-Dub and G-Man, EQ. She wouldn't have done that. No way.
You'd be surprised at what you would be surprised what a person to do over their children. They'll get all out of character.
No, I don't think so.
Damn the repercussions. Unfortunate. I'm saying unfortunate. I'm not agreeing with it. I'm just saying you'd be surprised what a person do over their kid. They, you know, because it could have, like you said, it could have very easily went another way.
Joe could have, yeah.
But she's like, she didn't care. She's like, I'm gonna do it anyway. Don't pop up at nobody's house, and please don't pop up at G-Man's house.
Oh man. So Will Melvin said this, and then we're gonna go ahead and close it out. She said she probably just hemmed her up over talking smack. Possibly. Yep. Beat up. You gotta think of that. I think you said something else.
Oh, Janet Robinson, whenever you ready, that's I got one more in me.
Yeah.
Suckers, just nasty. Ugh.
All right, let's go ahead and get our closing remarks on this so that we can get on out of here. EQ, go ahead.
Hey, good show, good conversation.
You on mute, EQ. You on mute.
That's T-Move. Let's go ahead.
Shut up. You shut up for our T-Move you. Anyway, good show. Good, especially about this part about the co-parenting. You know, we got to have these conversations up front. And thank you to Will Melvin and Brittany Simone and to Miss Janet and to everybody that always support us. You guys.
You on mute, EQ. You on mute.
Let's go.
I don't know what's wrong with it. I'm sorry. I'm using a different laptop tonight. But anyway, hey, panel. I love y'all too. Y'all are the true kings for real. And, you know, I hope y'all enjoy the rest of the week. Except G-Man. I can't stand this. I can't stand G-Man. That's why the Cowboys going to be sorry this year. I don't care who they sign. They still going to be sorry. And anybody that support the Cowboys, sorry too. Get that foolishness off the screen. But anyway, I hope y'all have a good rest of the week.
No, this has been a good show. I was looking at the comments. Janet said, boy, Will Melvin, this is a family show. My bad. You know, sometimes I get out of FTK.
Yeah.
You see all these problems? FTK. And I can't have no more kids. I'm done. Machine is shut down.
Boy, I heard you.
FTK. I'm the president of that club. Anyway, no, it's been a good conversation. I had a lot of fun tonight. Always a good one. Always a good time chopping up with the family. Nobody told you they love you today. We do. Ain't nothing you can do about it. We appreciate each and every one of you. And we'll see y'all on the next one.
B-Dub, what you got, brother?
So, first and foremost, I just want to say to G-Man, my personal disdain for Amanda Seals does not
she is so beautiful and talented. She can tap dance and she can speaking Mandarin, and I'm like, where is this good thing?
Hey, listen, just because you don't like somebody don't mean you gotta lie on them. That's all I'm.
Oh boy, what you got, beat up?
Yeah, man. This a good show. Good time, good laughs. Appreciate everybody getting active in the comment section.
Right on.
It's always good when you guys get involved. So and that's really it, man. And you know, y'all know, same old. Do something today that your future self will thank you for.
Already. The Burning Coals podcast, giving you the bag moment, is brought to you by the title of this show. You lying to me. If you think I can't discipline your kids inside my house, so that ain't gonna go down that way. So now that you got the bag, what you gonna do with it? So that being said, I go by the name of Mr. Know Our Reaction. We got our guy B-Dub. We got the First Lady Educated Queen. We got G-Man. We say thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Burning Coals podcast. Tune in every Tuesday, 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. You don't want to miss the content we got going over here. So we say thank you guys for tuning in. We love you guys, and we will say peace.